In this video, we not only discussed Michel Hussain's departure from the Today program on BBC Radio 4, but we also have to highlight the most important reasons that led to his departure from the program, as well as the most important values and life and educational principles that may be a transformation in the lives of others. Here, by presenting some questions and answers through a tour inside the personality of the great program presenter, we may be able to reach the human values that may result in the formation of a different personality. This is how Michel Hussain was. Who is Michel Hussain? Michel began her career at the BBC as a producer in 1998, and became a broadcaster on BBC World News in 2001. She has worked in the studio and on location, from the United States to the Middle East, South Asia, Singapore and China. In 2014, she was the first correspondent to enter the school attacked by the Taliban in Peshawar, Pakistan, and in 2017, her engagement interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle was seen all over the world. Since 2013, she has been a presenter of BBC Radio 4's Today program and has also appeared on BBC News at 6 and BBC News at 10. Her TV documentaries have included a 3-part series on the life of Mahatma Gandhi, How Facebook Changed the World about the Arab uprisings in 2011, Malala, Shot for Going to School and the Longest Reign, which aired after the death of the late Queen Elizabeth II. She was live on Radio 4 to announce Her Majesty's death and was introduced from outside Westminster Abbey to cover the funeral on radio, as well as the coronation of the King the following year. She was voted Best Voice Contributor by the Viewer and Listener Voice for 2023 and has hosted 2 BBC election debates during the 2024 election campaign, including with Rishi Sunak and Sir Keir Starmer, days before the vote. This year she won the London Press Club's Broadcaster of the Year award and, earlier this month, the Charles Wheeler Award for Outstanding Contribution to British Journalism. Had she spoken to BBC bosses about moving to a new role? It was believed Hussain had been in talks with BBC bosses about moving to a new role at the corporation, once she left the Today programme. However, BBC Chief Executive Deborah Torness said, "Michel leaves the BBC with an incredible legacy of journalism. After more than a decade on the Today program, she leaves with our gratitude and affection and we wish her all the best in her new chapter." What's new for Michel Hussain? She's likely to be hosting a new interview show that will reach audiences in different formats as part of exciting plans for Bloomberg Weekend Edition. The presenter, who is currently abroad filming a BBC TV show, is set to return to Today soon and will remain on air until the new year, but is expected to take up the company's long service privilege in January, which gives those who have worked for the company for more than 25 years up to 5 weeks of additional paid leave. It's not clear whether she will return permanently after that. What her colleagues and bosses have said about her. Today editor Owen Griffiths said, "Not only is Michel a formidable journalist and a first-rate broadcaster, she's also a generous and thoughtful colleague. It's been a pleasure to work with her and with the Today team." Deborah Torness, chief executive of BBC News, said, "Michel leaves the BBC with an incredible legacy of journalism. After more than a decade on the Today show, Michel leaves with our gratitude and affection, and we wish her all the best in her new chapter." BBC Radio 4's Director of Public Speaking, Mohit Bakaya, said, "Michel's calm but precise interviewing style has been a hallmark of her time on the Today program. She is a brilliant journalist with a broad intellectual background. Radio 4 listeners have been waking up to her warm, authoritative voice for more than a decade." Who are the names being suggested as potential candidates to replace her? Among the names being suggested as potential candidates for the prominent job are BBC Europe editor Katya Adler and Anushka Asthana, a former Observer writer and deputy political editor at ITV News. What is the most likely reason for her departure? It is thought to be the more visible level of racism she has encountered in recent months, adding that the summer riots had made her question her belief in British tolerance. "I think she has felt racism this year in a way she has never felt before in her career. Some might think Michel is tired of early shifts, the rest of the crew, the editors, the restrictions, the thoughts that run through her mind today, the same old stuff. Maybe she is happier, more in tune with herself, and contributing more to the quality of life in Britain." What made Michel stand out as a presenter? Michel is the best presenter on air at the BBC. Her tight, calm and tenacious interviews were a highlight of the Today program. She is collaborative, generous and principled. She is an intelligent and polite political interviewer, broadcaster and multi-talented presenter who can cover a wide range of topics. One of the best presenters ever. He is collaborative, very intelligent and a brilliant presenter. He also understands how to conduct interviews with strength and impartiality, a rare skill. Finally, if you like the video, please support by liking, commenting and subscribing to the channel.